everybody and welcome back to Noob Gaming. And today in this video I am going to be showing you all how to do a clutch with either a water bucket or any actual item, including slime blocks, hay bales, water, whatever you need, even the snow bucket thingy mabob. But yeah, so guys, as you know, when you're playing Minecraft, it's easy to just fall down and die from fall damage. But today in this video, I'm going to be showing you about how to do an MLG to save you. Now, what is an MLG? An MLG stands for, well, what it stands for is actually a bit funny, but it stands for Major League Gaming, MLG. Now, I don't really know why it's called this, but it refers to where when you're falling down, you place or use an item before you hit the ground. For an example, like this. I'm falling, and then I place a slime block, and then now I've placed a water bucket to save me from my death. Now, that is called an MLG. Now, this can be with either taking half your health down, or say if I have a hay bale, game mode survival. If I fell down and I used the hay bale, it will take only 3 hearts. That still count as an MLG, even though I took health. I took damage. But anyway, so as you saw there, I missed that. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys how to actually do an MLG. So as you saw before, it's really easy just to go, oh, and die. But by the end of this video, you'll be able to do this. Now, one of the most useful strategies I could give you to practice is build up 3 blocks high and then have a slab and then place a slab on top. Now, what this will do is this indicates to you when you should use your water bucket. For example, because water bucket is the easiest one and it's the one that most people would use if you're falling to your death. But as you can see, at exactly 3 blocks, I can use it. I can place it. Now, this is not the same with a slime block. A slime block or a hay bale or any block, you have to be half a block downwards, like this, to be able to place it. Because you can't actually place it from 3 blocks up high. I don't know why this is, but it's just laws of physics, Minecraft physics. But guys, you have to make sure that if you want it to be clean, a lot of people would take up the bucket, but you don't want to do it too early that you still take fall damage. So you want to do it exactly so you want to take up the water like very quickly. But anyway, so if you're falling down, this indicates to you really easily when you should place it. As you can see, oh, where are we? As you can see here, if I'm falling down, I died. Now, that's another thing. You should never practice on a sloped piece like I am, because you will most likely die. Because if you're trying to aim there, you'll hit the corner of the block and then you'll die. Which is why you want a flat area, and even when you're falling, even if it is sloped, in a normal survival world, you should always aim for flat ground to be able to do this. But anyway, as soon as you're 3 blocks down, you should place it. So as you saw, I was in the 3 block radius to be able to place my water bucket so that I didn't take fall damage. Now, there are a few differences between like a slime or hay block and a water bucket. Now, the thing is, as you already know, you have to be lower down to be able to place a slime block. So whenever you practice with a water bucket, you will probably not be able to do it with a slime block because you're 3 blocks higher. Well, half a block higher, which is actually a big difference when you're practicing. Or just when you're just playing in your world and you're falling. That might not seem like a big difference, but when you're in the moment, it is actually a gigantic difference. So you should be very, very careful when you're doing it. And that's why I would always recommend a water bucket, since it's much easier because you can go from 3 blocks higher, where a block is 2.5. But one more difference is that the water bucket, you can place it when you're actually in the block. So say if I'm falling, I can still be in this block and place it to save me. I have to be at least 1 pixel off the ground. So I'll show you guys in slow-mo soon, but if I do that, this, I'm actually in the block where I can place it. With a slime block, you cannot do that. You have to be either above the block or you will still take your fall damage. So, as you can see, I can't be in the block to place it, which is actually the hardest part about a slime block. Even I struggle a lot with these. If you guys have seen my shorts, my YouTube shorts, I actually mastered them, but those videos actually took me hours to make because of those slime blocks, the slime block, sorry. They're just so difficult to actually be able to hit. But if you do hit a slime block, it can actually be really cool. Because you bounce up into the air, and then you can either place another slime block or try and water bucket clutch it. But as you saw there, when I did it, I swept up the bucket too early that I wasn't actually able to be in it. So you always want to make sure that you pick it up at the right time. Like that. But yeah, so that's one of the biggest tips I can give you. Always do it from 3 blocks high. And over here, you have to be 2.5 blocks to be able to place it. But, yeah, so anyway, guys, an MLG stands for Major League Gaming, which honestly, I've got no idea why it's called that. But anyway, it refers to when you're doing that, as I stated at the start of the video. But this can be really, really helpful. Say if you're trying to, like, I don't know, speed bridge or something. And you don't really know how to speed bridge, like me. And you fall, this can really save your life. But one of the biggest things for me, guys, is you have to make sure that you practice when you're not ready for it. As you saw before, when I fell down, I died. Now, or took damage. Now, that was because I wasn't ready. You see, you should not only when you're like wanting to do it on purpose, but otherwise, if you're actually doing it and you fall, it can be hard to clutch it, like water bucket clutch it, or MLG it when you're not prepared for it. That's why I always recommend testing it and trying it where you are not ready for it, so then you can get that feel in case you're not in a future game or if you're playing with your friends or whatever. But once you do, you can show off to your friends and it'll actually be really cool. And yeah, I reckon that's a pretty cool thing to gloat about to your friends. It's like, if you're doing an obstacle course, like, hang on, game mode. See, I'll just show you guys. So, I have actually done so many other shorts in this world. This is the same world that I've done all my parkour ones in. And I actually do them legitly and I try my hardest to be able to do them. Now, this one for an example. This one was actually very difficult. In my opinion, probably the hardest one. But what would happen is the TNT would fall down. You'd have to jump at the right second, launch you, and then you have to place a slime block here. As you can see, because I couldn't get it so many tries, it actually did the pull thing for me to help me with this. But once you do, you have to hit that, and then you go across, hit that one, then hit that one, and then you'd slime, water bucket there. But the hardest one, for me, was in the end, when you come across here. Once you do this, once you come over here and launch the TNT, this was the hardest jump I could possibly do, because it'll launch you up into the air, and you have to hit that. Now this was the most difficult jump. I practiced ages and ages trying to do that, and then doing this was even really harder. Well, not harder, but was still super difficult to be able to do it quickly. And then once you're over here, you have to make it into this 1x1 hole without hitting the edges. Now this, I thought I'd die lots in, but I actually first tried it, which I was very happy about. I thought I was very lucky with that. But anyway, guys, that will be the end of this video. Hope this video helped you with your MLGs. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Goodbye!